I don't know if making this video is a good idea, honestly. If I'm doing it, it's not to tell stories. It's because I've experienced at some situation here that I never would have imagined before building. I hope everyone is doing well. We're going to do a special one of episode simply to share some few bad experience because of course I got some things that I think could be useful to you. Example, my parent or I would have liked to be supported at that time. If this can help you avoiding ending up in the same situation, then this video will done its job. Just before we started, you see this kind of comment, it's completely useless. Starting a criticism with I have 40 years of experience in the construction industry is not an argument. This is typically an ego reaction. The guy feels such, so he needs to reassure himself and show that he's the one who can piss the farthest. And generally, it's also the typical guy who, after 3 episodes, still hasn't understood the context or the message I'm trying to get across. From my point of view, when you truly have 40 years of experience in the trade, you're supposed to be mature enough and have enough perspective that you don't need to scroll until you stumble across my video just to give lesson. Otherwise, it means something might gone wrong at some point. And by the way, what was done in the 1980 is not necessarily done in 2026 anymore. Methods, technology, architecture evolves. Experience only has value if it evolves with its time. And finally, open your mouth when your world is empty and you never show a single real project on YouTube. I found that out of place. And one more situation I want to clarify, it's if I look like I'm reading or reciting something, it's not because I lack confidence. It's simply because my English is not my native language. I can speak French and Thai 100%. But by the way, I'm not here to tell people what to do. I'm just here to show you the invisible part of the iceberg, to give you different point of view, not so that you believe me, so that you can learn for yourself. I'm searching for the girders. During my mother's construction project, the one you see behind me, the first one was in Ayutthaya because she's come from here. She had a serious conflict arose with a former site management. It was not a simple professional disagreement. One evening, while returning to Bangkok, a serious incident occurred involved a vehicle. Fortunately, the vehicle did not belong to my mother, but even though she had driving it before, it belonged to her brother. She later returned it, and one evening the person was driving left the road and ended up in a ravine. She did not die, but she was injured. This vehicle was inspected by a professional, and the issue was not due to normal wear and tear. Something had been irreparably altered. From that moment on, one thing became very clear to us. Here, a conflict on a construction site does not always remain a construction site conflict. Okay, so here they are. You see those scooters? I buy for them. Okay. And I specified a message back to my manager that we needed 110 meters of SCG girders. My father even recalculated everything afterward. In the end, he bought 150 meters. So there is 40 meters left. And once the installation was finished, he wanted to take them home. My mother asked him, "Hey, what are you doing?" He answered just that this is leftovers. My mother immediately shut that down and told him to store them in the back of the garden because those girders belongs to us. And there's another thing, the worker came, they finished the roof, and once the job was done, they took all the remaining metal to resell it, even though the garage wasn't even built yet. We need this metal for finish everything. Currently, we lost a contractor to finish certain paint, certain part of the work, sorry, just because we were tired to see and pay 10 people to see just 4 people working. And the other 6, sometimes they got a cigarette in their hand, they stopped to drink. Every day they would sit down between noon and 2 to take a nap. They go to the bathroom 15 times a day. At some point that my mother make a remark, and they took it badly. And the next day my mother say, "Hey, are you coming to work today?" He said he couldn't come because there was not enough work for the number of people he had, and that he has forced to look for find some other work elsewhere. My mother just asking if she must find another contractor for finish all the work. His answer was yes, completely calmly. When I post that on Facebook to ask what people pay attention to during a construction project, the main feedback I got from about 10 different people was always the same. Don't trust anyone, don't trust what you're told, go see for yourself. And even when someone tell you something, even when you see it with your own eyes, only believe it halfway, because what you see is just the type of the iceberg. The visible part is the speech, the photos, the promises, but the real mess, the part that causes problem, is underneath. And then you have the agent who suddenly come out from nowhere. I literally just asked a simple question. I thought, since I'm my own agent, this is actually interesting for me. Okay, as an agent, how do you differentiate yourself from the other? Poof, the comment is no longer available. I let you interpret that. Me and my parent doesn't trust people anymore now, so sure, it's not really your problem, but it's just to say it. Lending 30,000 baht to someone, it was one of the site manager. He said he needed help. In the end, he only paid back 20, and he gave us a concrete mixer and say he doesn't have the remaining 10,000 because he have to buy the mixer. That kind of loan is common in Thailand. Even the invoice for 1,000, 2 or 3,000 baht, you're not immune. When the invoice come back, sometimes the worker who went to buy the material for the job, he just told to the cashier, "Hey, add another 500, 600 on the bill." In itself, we don't really care about this. It's more about the principle, the way it's done, and how it's handled. So, to show you a little where we are tiling. We started here on the saloon, or the living room if you want. They started painting with the bathroom at the walls. We're waiting for the custom stones finishing because they are on the last wall. As you can see it behind me here, but the other ties is already done. Okay, I'm gonna show you this. Take a look at this. This is incredible. Do you know what is this? This is a bin, and the toilet paper is inside the wall. And we started painting the ceiling and the walls of the living room because we are in the middle of the furniture supplies. Besides, last week I was again in Bangkok for visit a factory and visit the construction site for see the quality. I learned some crazy things about it. Just to tell you, if you're interested to knowing everything and the behind the scene of the furniture, like the MDF, the particle board, the HMR, the laminate, the melamine, the painting or the covering, you just can take a look at the video we prepare here on the screen. And finally, there's one last thing I'm gonna say. I'll be honest, there are evening when you get home and you just have no energy left. Not because it's technically complicated, but because mentally all those little things eat away at you. And believe me, when you get home at night, the constriction set comes home with you because it's in your head. I think it's enough for this special episode. I hope you take my bad experience and use them to avoiding going through the same ones yourself. Thanks for watching, everybody, and don't forget, wherever you are, understanding is better than believing.